Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. Going to have a look at the weather in 10 to 14 days for today's second video. Day 10 will take us to the 12th of September, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the GFS and ECM ensembles. Maybe we'll chat a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFS-V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That gets us towards the last stages of September, and I should get on with that for you in a moment. Just say that first video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast, so check that one out. Like, share, and subscribe on both of today's videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. We released the first winter update yesterday within 24 hours, just over 24 hours, with amassed over 3,000 views on that video. So thank you so much, everybody, for embracing the winter update. I hope you enjoyed it. It's certainly an epic, and as I say, we're just at the beginning of winter update season, so we've got many more to do over the next several weeks until we get to winter forecast, which will be on Sunday the 1st of December, announced exclusively today. So yeah, winter updates are back. Make sure you check those out if you're interested in the long range. Did a live stream as well last night, absolutely epic. Thank you so much, everyone who was on the live stream, discussing a winter update during the 10 to 14 day, etc, etc, etc. I had loads of donations on that stream as well, so thank you so much to all of our super chatters on the live stream yesterday. Thank you so much to all of the amazing super chatters. It does help to pay for the channel, you know, and to be able to pay for me to do this for all of you with GavsWeatherVids. So thank you so much, you know, to everybody super chats and super thanks as well. Super thanks is where you flag your comment in the comments. So super chat is on live stream, and super thanks is via the comments. Thank you so much to our super thankers and super chatters. Also, thanks so much to our channel members. You can become a channel member for GavsWeatherVids by clicking the join button. That's all you have to do. Become a channel member, £4.99 a month, gives you exclusive content, including a once-a-month live stream. The September channel member live stream is coming up quite soon. And you can also give a donation to GavsWeatherVids via our PayPal page. The link to GavsWeatherVids PayPal is in the description with this video. So if you do that, you will get a shout out in the videos as well if you want one. Just sign into your PayPal account, you know, and then come to GavsWeatherVids PayPal page. Donate what you want, and we'll give you a nice shout out. Thank you so much for doing that. So it does have to pay for the channel, along with the advertisements as well, of course. So make sure you watch the video ads on YouTube, you know, before, during, after the videos, and that is helping to pay for the channel as well. But you know, all of these different revenue streams help to pay for the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, as I say, winter updates are back. Here we go again, blimey. They come round quicker every year, don't they? Hold on. Right, I think that's better. Okay, let's start the video. Anyway, we're going to start off in the subtropical Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico. So things livening up now after a quiet interlude. We've got 3 disturbance areas. One just there, one just there, one just there. Let's take them in turn. So we'll deal with this one first of all. That's disturbance 3 with a 40% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days. We've also got disturbance 2 just here, again with a 40% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days. And finally, we've got disturbance 1 with just a 10% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 and 7 days. So that one doesn't appear to be much worried about, but will give heavy rain, you know, to the coast of Texas and whatnot. These 2 could become tropical storms and or hurricanes in the next week or so, and we'll keep you posted. Right, let's get central temperature. Central temperature is in for the first day of September. Very hot first day, coming in at 19.2. That is 5.6 degrees above 61 to 1990 average. Visual just to the 1st of September, so just for the first day of the month. But, you know, a really hot opening to September. We confirmed, by the way, yesterday on the live stream that August CT came in at 17 degrees, 17.0. So just dealing with the summer quickly. June had the lowest CT for 3 months at 14.0. Then July came in close to average. They were both close to average, 61 to 99.90. A little bit below, particularly June, for the more modern average, 91 to 20. Anyway, July came in at 16.3, and then August came in at 17.0, 17 degrees. So August turned out to be the warmest month of summer, as we predicted and forecast in the GavsWeatherVids summer forecast. Pretty pleased how the summer forecast turned out, and we will be doing a verification for the GavsWeatherVids summer 2024 forecast in a week or two's time. But yeah, September for Thursday, 19.2. We shall see what happens there. Obviously, if we're going to have a average CT, that would be the 13s. If we're going to have an average CT for September, that's going to come down a lot. But we are in the cooling time of the year now, so we'd expect the month to cool as we go along. Will be interesting to see where that lands up. These are the 500 millibar high-anomaly flow charts for Penn State University for next week, 10 days. We've got the ECM on the top, and the GFS is down here on the bottom. 500 millibars, 80 pounds feet. There's an area in the atmosphere, high pressure and low pressure are being moved around by the jet stream running above. Red and orange extrapolates to above average heights, which is high pressure. Blue to below average heights, which is low pressure. So the 7 to 10 day time frame, you see that the ECM is placing an area of high pressure, a ridge over top of Western Europe. It actually connects back to a large ridge towards Greenland and Canada, and also towards Russia as well. So like a band of high pressure, really. There is low pressure in the Atlantic and up here as well, but the ECM really quite anticyclonic today. But GFS is very different. So in the day's 7 to 10 time frame, big disagreements and differences between both the ECM and GFS today. Much more in way of low pressure for GFS to the north of Scotland, high pressure out in the Atlantic. So it's not only cooler, it is more unsettled as well there with the GFS in the 7 to 10 day time frame, particularly compared to the ECM. These are GFS upper air temperature precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're looking at London today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. We're starting up above average at the moment. Upper air temperatures will then be lowering, though, from today onwards through to the middle part of the week, and then lifting back up again later on in the week, becoming really quite warm potentially at the end of the week into the weekend. Second week of September, possibly seeing a cooling trend taking place then, reverting back closer to or even a little bit below average precipitation wise. Quite a lot of dry weather over the next 2 or 3 days, but becoming more unsettled as we go. Even in the next couple of days, not completely dry, but showers around, but becoming more unsettled later on this week. So really, I think any time from about the end of the week onwards through to the early part of next week, there is a window of quite wet weather there, actually. Then a few more drier days, and then perhaps more unsettled again around the middle part of the month, although that's extended range, therefore it's unreliable. Temperature anomalies for the 2nd, 10th of September, that average maybe even ever so slightly below, especially so for the northern half of the coast. That's a bit of a change on recently. And precipitation anomalies from the 2nd, 10th of September, average or a bit wetter than average in the north and the west, but still on the drier side for the far south, and also particularly for Ireland, which is, again, somewhat unusual. Well, the latest wind from Earth, nullschool.net showed that we've got a trough sitting over the country today. That's a thundery trough, bringing wet weather to portions of the country, trying to introduce cooler and fresher air from off the Atlantic, still bring up that very warm, humid, sultry air ahead of the trough. The cooler and fresher air will win this, and by tomorrow and Wednesday, we're all going to be feeling cooler and fresher. Right, let's start. Sorry, everyone. Let's start going with chart data then. Let's have a latest UK Met Euro run. It's talking big night on Thursday. Trough is crossing England and Wales to the south, ridge out to the north and the west into the weekend. We find that we keep these little thundery areas of low pressure going across England and Wales, so could be further heavy showers, longer spells of rain, and maybe some thunder down in the south. Meanwhile, further north, a lot of dry and warm weather actually with this ridge through Scotland there. That's how we end up with UK Met Euro run for midnight on Monday. Trough of low pressure across the west of Europe, really, but ridge to the north gradually beginning to weaken. So even in the north, probably turning more unsettled by the end of the UK Met run. Icon, again, with a bit of a shallow trough in the south on Thursday. Could bring further showers. And high pressure builds strongly through the country through Friday and Saturday. Even down the south, there should be quite a lot of dry weather. Then the high pressure gradually pulling back out to the west again by midday next Monday. Perhaps allowing some showery conditions to come in from the north. But that's a drier scenario for the south with Icon compared to the UK Met run. Still not looking very, very complicated, this, isn't it? And, you know, still looking pretty uncertain. We're only 2 miles in. Let's see what the KMA is doing. So that still has the trough to the south, but basically has the ridge in control there as we go into next weekend. So I think most places are dry and warm, potentially very warm into next weekend. But then the trough comes back northwards again as we go into next week. So next week turning much more unsettled with the KMA. Actually looking quite autumnal with that particularly deep area of low pressure there by the 14th of September. That will bring a lot of heavy rain and pretty cool temperatures in with it. So the weekend, mostly dry and warm. Next week turns autumnal with the KMA. What about the GFS midnight run? Well, that one, what are you doing, Gav? That one has low pressure to the east, high pressure to the west into the weekend. So that's a different scenario again. Perhaps a bit cooler and fresher with those northwesterly winds. Then we go into next week and we pull the high pressure out to the west and bring down some cooler air from the north and northwest. So we keep the high pressure quite close. It's certainly not as unsettled as KMA there. And then the high pressure is back in again, actually, as we get to Friday the 13th of September. And then beyond that, we keep lots of high pressure influences going once again. Low pressure back in towards months. I'm talking about not much, model end, you know, by the 18th of September, which is as far as we get with the GFS midnight run, right? That's that one done. So different scenario again. How's the 6 head looking by comparison? Well, that's Thursday. Some sort of trough over to the east of the country. High pressure is out to the west. Into the weekend, you get this ridge building from the Atlantic up into Europe. Still with a trough to our southeast, though. And that trough starts getting a bit closer to us, actually, as we go through the weekend. So looking rather unsettled by the end of the coming weekend and into the start of next week with low pressure both west and also to the east as well. We get up towards day 10 and the trough is slipping in from the north then, so turning cool and unsettled with the GFS 6Z. High pressure back to the north and the west by the 13th of September, with low pressure to the south, winds coming from a cool northeasterly direction. Then we have this low pressure pushing back up from the south again as we get through the 14th of September. That brings wet weather to the south, but north and high pressure would be mainly dry, quite a bizarre pattern. And we end up with B6Z, just looking rather unsettled actually by the 18th of September, low pressure dominating. So I think the 6Z is more unsettled compared to the midnight run there with GFS. They're both rather different scenarios as well, by the way. Right, well, if you enjoyed the video and able to make sense of it, because I'm struggling, I have to say, with these charts. But if you enjoyed the video, please do like, share, subscribe. Make sure to everyone for doing that. Drop a comment and so what you think about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids, get them to subscribe too. Thank you so much for doing that. Winter updates are back for another season. So if you know, that's the kind of thing that your friends, family, neighbour, doctor, auntie, vicar, mother-in-law even would be interested in, then tell them to sub to Gav, and we'll be doing winter updates every Sunday between now and the end of November. Goodness gracious me. Okay, GM, once again with high pressure to the north and the northwest on Thursday, low pressure to the south and the southeast. Heading into the weekend, low pressure gradually easing its way up from the south, perhaps bringing more wet weather. Some parts of the country, northern areas mostly dry and warm into the week, into the beginning of next week, I should say. Now this is a different scenario again, actually, from a gem. This one is like building high pressure both to the north and also to the east, though. Low pressure out to southwest. So it actually looks like that's going to turn very warm, like a southerly flow setting up, albeit could be a bit volatile. And then the ECM, well, we know from a 500 millibar high temperature chart, this is going to be more anticyclonic. Let's see what happens. Starting off with that trough of low to the south and to the southeast for the end of this week, with high pressure out to the north and the west. Then into the weekend, high pressure sitting to our west, and around that we're pulling the wind from more of a north or northeast direction. Then high pressure back in over the country though through the early part of next week. So where most of the model output has the early part of next week turning more unsettled and cooler, the ECM says no to that and has high pressure dominating, and it sticks around right way through next week. So let's have a look at day 10, which is the 12th of September. High pressure still well and truly in command, in the ascendancy there, mostly dry and pretty warm. Well, this is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. Further thundery showers potentially in the next 24 hours or so. Things should turn cooler and fresher and also drier though by tomorrow. Then into the middle part of the week, well, some showy rain southwest and also to the east. A lot of dry weather though. Some of that wet weather does come in across the south as we get towards the end of this week. Could give a soaking to southern parts of the country. Then into the weekend, the high pressure builds back, so it turns increasingly dry, and that dry weather lasts then pretty much through into the entirety of next week. Just some showy bursts far north. Remember, all of the other models do look rather more unsettled though for next week, to varying degrees. So I think every single model is quite interesting and a little bit unusual. I think every single model that has gone through UK Met, Icon, KMA, GFS Midnight Run, GFS 6Z, GEM and ECM, I think all of them are having different solutions and different scenarios actually around days 7 to 10. So that just goes to show the absolutely enormous and crazy amounts of uncertainty that are within the model output today for the 7 to 10 day time frame. And I say it's unusual, but it is quite typical for September actually. So these are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 12th of September. There's lots of them, as you'd expect, with so much uncertainty. So let's deal with them. We've got 12 members of the ECM ensembles, including control of the operational run, with a ridge around the west of Europe and big area of high pressure in the Atlantic. We've got 10, much more towards low pressure to the southwest, high pressure to the northeast. That's more unsettled and would be quite warm with winds from south. We've got 8 also looking pretty unsettled, excuse me, with low pressure again to the west, so that's going to be quite warm and wet. We've got yet another 8 down here with low pressure right over top of the coast. That's going to be unsettled. We've got a further 8 with high pressure pushing from the Atlantic into West Europe. And then we've got 5 with a deep area of low pressure, autumnal low. That would be over and to the west of the coast. That could be very wet and potentially quite windy as well. So goodness gracious me, what do we make of all that lot? Well, I think the majority option, you know, they're differing slightly. But if we put the 10 there together with the 8 there, together with the 8 there and the 5 there, the majority option is probably going to be towards unsettled weather within the ECM ensembles. But 12, which does include the operational run, and the 8, but a more anticyclonic, you know, it gets to 20, but that's like the minority option. I think actually the majority option is probably unsettled at day 10. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It will get us to the 17th of September. So 27 members of the ECM ensembles then with some sort of a ridge, probably quite a weak one, but some sort of ridge around the north and west of Europe. 24 with low pressure in the ascendancy, and particularly so across more southern parts of the country, high pressure blocking away to the north. So the majority option in 2 weeks is, you know, more towards high pressure, but there's not much in it. It's quite close to a 50-50 split, really. Right, okay, what an update. Now, these are the, what do I do? CFS, right, yeah, look at CFS weeklies. Okay, I'm a little bit flummoxed by it, all I have to say. I need to lie down in a darker room after this. Right, so these are 500 millibar high tolerance breaking down into week periods of CFS. The first week period taking from the 2nd to the 8th of September with high pressure dominating, but there is low pressure to the south that will bring some wet weather to particularly southern parts of the country at times. Week 2 is going to be the 9th to 15th of September. Much more unsettled. Low pressure takes over across the western Europe. So obviously that's going to be cooler and wetter. Week 3 will be the 16th, 22nd of September. Low pressure still in control over top of the country, so cool and unsettled. And then week 4 is the 23rd to 29th of September. High pressure builds to south, or low pressure is to the north, and winds are coming in from a westerly direction. So driest weather will be in the south, most unsettled in the north, and warmer in the south as well, probably, with that too. But again, with so much uncertainty in the 7 to 10 day time frame within the shorter range model output, I'm not sure how much value there is in the more extended output today. So we'll see, and time will tell. Right, but guys, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure it's open for dear Matt. Drop a comment and say what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe too. And thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. So tomorrow, winter updates are back. Tell them winter updates are back. Unique content at GavsWeatherVids. Right, so just as I was having on the channel tomorrow, we're going to have a 6 AM UK weather forecast, have an extended European outlook, and there'll be a 10 to 14 day too. So keep checking back to the channel for more. For this one though, that's all for now, and thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.